Kitchens are a really important room in the house. It's probably where you have breakfast. It might be where you eat dinner as a family. It's a room that oftentimes connects to other rooms in the house, so the traffic in this room tends to be higher than in a lot of other spaces in your home. That's why it's so important to make sure that the floor you pick in your kitchen matches your lifestyle. First things first, what is the goal for your kitchen? Is it an area where you want to entertain? Is it just going to be used for cooking and prepping? Or is it somewhere in between, where there are times where it's going to be an active center for your household, and at other times a place for you to just prepare your meals? Another important factor is, does your kitchen have any exterior doors attaching to it? What I mean by this is, do you have a porch attached to your kitchen? Is that a door you frequently come in and out of? What about the door to the garage? Does that go into your kitchen? Do you take your shoes off in the garage, or do you bring them in the house? And if you have a pool, yeah, that's also a pretty important factor as to what floor you're going to put in your kitchen if you're coming in and out from outside and you're wet. Ultimately, the most important factor to consider when deciding if hardwood is right for your kitchen is how much time do you want to be spending on cleaning and maintaining the room. If you're someone who doesn't mind cleaning and is willing to invest the time and energy, then it can be a great product. But if you are one who wants to enjoy their floors and not necessarily spend time cleaning them, then there might be better choices. See, one important thing to remember about kitchens is that these are areas where accidents are prone to happen. Accidents can be the dog dish spilling its water. Accidents can be you dropping something and it spilling on the floor. Accidents can be a plate of spaghetti not quite making it to the table last night. Accidents happen in your kitchen. It can also be your appliances, if they ever go out, having water damage, because sometimes dishwashers die and that can create some moisture issues in the room. There's also the fact that there's the sink, and if you're washing and water spilling over, that can be a problem too. If your home is an active area or any of these are a concern to you, hardwoods are not a good choice. They're natural. They want to pull moisture in. So if these are problems that you've had or problems that you foresee, probably best to steer elsewhere when it comes to selecting your floor. If you do want to use hardwood in your kitchen, then there's a couple things that can help you accomplish this. The first is the Janka scale. We've talked about this in an earlier video, and I really recommend going and watching that. But when it comes to hardwood, there are different ratings of hardness between species. Find a species that matches your household. If it's a high traffic area for you, or you have a lot of people in the house, in the kitchen at any point in time, then I'd recommend going with something higher on the Janka scale rating, maybe an exotic species. If your home is not as active, then you can go with something a little bit lower on the scale. Adjust accordingly based on your home's lifestyle. Another important factor when it comes to picking the right hardwood is the finish on the hardwood. Now, some of this is the warranties, which are a reflection of how good the product will perform, but really more, what kind of solutions did they use in the finish? Did they use aluminum oxide? If so, it's probably more scratch and dent resistant. Did they UV cure it, in which case it's probably more resistant to fading from sunlight? You know your space, but these are things to consider when choosing a hardwood, so they can be the difference between it performing for a couple of years and it performing as long as you're in the house. Finally, when it comes to choosing hardwood and whether it makes sense in your kitchen, an important question to ask is, how long do you plan to be in the home? Hardwood is an investment. It's an investment of time to take care of it, and an investment in that it tends to be a little bit more expensive than other alternative floorings. So if this is your forever home and you've dreamed of beautiful hardwood floors, by all means, invest. You will get a great return in them as long as you take care of them. But if you're not planning on being in this house forever, and if you're planning on moving soon especially, definitely select another product. If you want to learn more about hardwoods, click in the link, and I'm sure you'll find something useful about taking care of those floors. Are hardwoods good for your kitchen? It's really a you thing. So take a look at all the factors we discussed and decide yes or no. And if you need help deciding, describe your kitchen floors below. Let us know if it's a busy area, what's adjacent to it as far as rooms, and what your goals are for the kitchen. And we'll let you know whether or not it makes sense for your house.